this is Zexonite. Welcome to the Zex Talk, and welcome to Shiny September. This is a series I'm doing this month where I take a look at my favorite and least favorite shiny Pokemon of each generation. And today, we're taking a look at my favorite shinies from Generation 5. Let's get right into it. Number 5. I love strong, majestic Pokemon. I've already explained my love for Arcanine and Umbreon. One Gen 5 Pokemon that exudes so much majesty, though, is Braviary. Eagles are just majestic, kick-ass animals to begin with. Add some Native American influence, and you have a really awesome design for a bird Pokemon. Its back is red, and its tail is yellow with blue at the ends. And when you invert the blue and the red, it just looks freaking amazing! It definitely looks cool in red, but the blue just looks so amazing. I'm running out of adjectives. That's how amazing it is! Or I'm just really bad at English. That's probably it. But that still doesn't change how elegant and regal yet forceful this shiny looks. And I think giving it a brown body was a stroke of genius. Original Braviary has a cool dark gray underbelly. It looks good with the original coloring where the red is the other main color it dons, but I think pairing it with blue as the other main color might have made the blue way too intense to look at. Instead, giving it this brown color to contrast the blue was a great idea and really pulled the entire look of Braviary together. It's just so elegant, regal, majestic, beautiful, all those good adjectives that make up approximately 85% of my adjective repertoire. And also because America, yeah! Hot dogs, freedom, fireworks, apple pie, Braviary, woo! Number 4. I don't really know how to lead into this one, so Whimsicott, am I right? Whimsicott is just a cute Pokemon to begin with. I like how it looks like it has this giant poof of hair on its head. It has a cute little face and it looks very snuggly. It has a nice coloring too, with a brown body, yellow eyes that go nicely, and a cream-colored cotton fro, all offset nicely by its little green... ears? Horns? Yeah, I'm going with that. It's green horns. I have no idea why, but its shiny makes it look even cuter to me. Its body gets a much darker brown, its cotton fro turns much more white, and its horns turn blue. And I have no idea why this all works so well. It could be that the darker color makes it look like a little shadow monster or something. And I think that the yellow eyes pop out from it like they're glowing in the dark. Much like a shadow monster. And actually, that kind of makes sense. According to the Dex entries, Whimsicott likes to pull pranks. This point is driven home by the fact that it has the ability Prankster. This Pokemon is a little trickster, so it would make a lot of sense if it were a little shadow monster, almost like a ghost type. Even though it's a fairy type? Maybe it's a shadow sprite then. Even though the fairy type didn't exist in Gen 5. You know what? I'm thinking too much about it. It just looks like a cute little trickster shadow, but it looks so freaking adorable that even if it pulled some pranks on me, I don't think I could get mad at it. In fact, I think I'd just squeeze it because it looks so soft. That doesn't help me clean up the pranks it's pulled. I'm weak, what can I say? I just can't get mad at something this adorable. Shiny Whimsicott is just cute and it can shadow me anywhere. Number 3. By now, everybody probably knows about my penchant for badass Pokemon. Despite the fact that I myself use words like penchant in daily conversation. Damn, I really gotta do something to up my street cred. Anyway, whether or not I love badass Pokemon. Probably one of the biggest badasses in the Pokemon universe is Haxorus. Look at it! It looks freaking awesome! It's a dragon based on a motherfucking battle axe! This is like the most awesome thing ever! Except for one thing. The coloring is kinda gross. It has this gross greenish yellowish color that kinda reminds me of shiny Groudon. But at least Groudon's only a gross color when it's shiny. Haxorus, on the other hand, is just grossly colored. It's so disappointing because otherwise it looks freaking kick-ass. That's why it's so fortunate that Haxorus gets a totally badass shiny form. Rather than that gross green color, it turns almost completely black. And the only parts that aren't black are the claws and the axe blade, which are red, like it's battle-worn and stained in the blood of its enemies. The shiny just looks so cool, so intimidating, and it really, really improves upon the design of the original. I would be super glad to own this shiny. Shiny Haxorus is just freaking badass. Number 2. Rocknrolla is a Pokemon that I never really bothered to train. I think maybe I was at one point, but I just got bored of it. So I never really got around to owning a Boldore or a Gigalith, so this is a pick where I don't really have much emotional attachment to the Pokemon. But you can't deny that Boldore and Gigalith really stand out as shiny Pokemon. I think that this is a brilliant idea for a shiny. This is another one of those sort of alternate form shinies. The original Boldore and Gigalith sort of look like they have rubies stuck in their bodies. It's actually a lot cooler than it sounds. Rubies are actually a type of mineral called corundum. When corundum is exposed to chromium, it turns red, making what we know as a ruby. If corundum is exposed to other elements, however, it can turn different colors. When corundum is exposed to an element such as iron, it turns blue, making what we know as the traditional blue sapphire. And what color do shiny Boldore and Gigalith stones become? Sapphire blue. Okay, it's really more of an electric blue, but just go with me on this. To me, this is an alternate form shiny because it's easy to imagine a Boldore or Gigalith living in a different remote corner of a cave and turning into a different color from other Boldore or Gigalith. Additionally, I think that changing the body color to a deep purple was a very good idea. I'm not sure how it would have looked with the original coloring, but the electric blue and muted purple really look good together on these Pokemon. Boldore and Gigalith are two gems of shinies. Number 1. This pick has everything to do with a personal story of mine. If that sounds like a cop-out reason to you for putting a shiny at the number 1 spot, too bad! It's my list and I'll do what I want. I like Audino for kind of a weird reason. I do think it's cute and I would probably have some affinity for this Pokemon either way. But I have a reason for why Audino is one of my favorites. When I was first in college, we had a dog, a Sighthound mix named Audrey. As a nickname, we'd often call her Audie. Audie was a really weird dog. I'm convinced that she had some form of canine OCD, as she used to intensively fixate on certain tasks. She did weird survival things, having come from an abusive background, like she used to eat grass and dirt. She was very intelligent and very trainable. She was definitely a Sighthound, doing things like actually watching the images on the TV or poking her head out of the doggy door to watch the rain fall. She always had a high amount of anxiety, unfortunately, due to her background. New people made her nervous. She loved to hunt squirrels, and she was incredibly stealthy and fast in attempting to do so. Thankfully for us, she never caught any. She was very timid, very apologetic, and very submissive, but she was also very sweet, very fun-loving, and very affectionate to the people she was closest to. Audie didn't live to see her second birthday. She passed away due to an undetected neurological disorder. This crushed us all and nearly tore my family apart. We all had so much love for Audie, and to see her health decline in a matter of a few mere weeks and then suddenly gone was very hard on all of us. The reason I have so much love for Audino is because it reminds me of Audie in so many ways. The name obviously sounds rather similar, but the personality makes me think a lot of Audie's personality as well. Maybe I'm projecting personality onto Audino, but it's always seemed like a very kind and empathetic Pokemon. I mean, it would have to be in order to work in a Pokemon Center, right? When we had Audie, I was going through a rough time in my life and I had a lot of issues that I was working through. Now, as I've mentioned, I see a therapist, but at the time, I didn't really think that was an option for me. Talking to Audie about my problems was one of my only outlets, and Audie was just there to listen. She didn't judge me, and when I confessed something to her, she didn't hate me. She still liked me because despite all my confusion and issues, I was still me. I imagine that Audino would be a great listener in similar ways because, I mean, it's the hearing Pokemon. Listening is its specialty. And that's why I think Audino has a very similar personality to Audie. Whenever my family has a dog, we kinda tend to color code the dogs. I don't know why, it's just something we've always done. My dog Chili's color used to be green, Melody's color, as you may be aware, is red, and Audie's color was purple. She had a purple collar, I crocheted her a purple blanket, and most of the things we bought for her were purple. And what color does Shiny Audino become but purple? When I learned that Shiny Audino was purple, it just moved me in the strangest way. I don't know that I could even describe how I felt. There was some pain, but mostly joy at this realization. Like this little Pokemon was my old dog incarnate. Shiny Audino isn't just my favorite of Gen 5, but my favorite shiny Pokemon overall. And no matter what other Pokemon and Shinies come along, I don't think anything could ever take the place of Shiny Audino. That's it for this Shiny September's X Talk, but the next one will be out soon. Sorry to end this one on such a downer note, but hopefully the next video will be more upbeat. Thank you for watching, hopefully I will see you in the next video, and goodbye to you all, sirs and madams, and everyone in between! And what color do Shiny Boulder and Gigalith... Oh my god, that's a nightmare.